Welcome back, viewers, to the PI show. It's that time of the show where we've got the mailbag. Kathy,
Good
welcome
evening.
back.
Thank you.
I think it's probably Kathy's mailbag, Tony.
It's getting that way.
It's getting that way, yeah.
Harry,
been
tonight,
relabelled.
you've outdone her. I love the tie, the jacket, the shirt.
Funny you should say that, Tony. The tie's a special tie from Italy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tie.
Oh, it's
But I love the suit.
Are you saying that it's a designer tie,
it's
Harry?
a designer tie from Italy.
Kathy,
Now,
what's going on?
how can I
What's
compete
going
with a
on?
designer tie?
No,
I mean,
no,
viewers,
no.
help me out here. Send me in some ties, I'll wear
Kathy,
them.
he's shown you up this week.
He has. No, look, I will stand back. It's Harry's week. Would you like to do the mailbag questions, Harry?
No, I
Kathy,
can't
can I
top.
say
I
this?
can't
Of
top
course.
you.
Soon the
I can't
Pies have
top you.
qualified for the grand final. I'm wearing a shirt for the Collingwood supporters.
Right, okay.
It's
So
got the
it's,
stripes.
look, you can't take away Harry's tie tonight, so it's all about Harry and the clothes. So, but we are not here to talk about
about
fashion and
clothes.
law again, because obviously I'm going to take over that segment. We're going to go to the viewers' questions, and this week we've got Cassandra from Newport who writes in to the PI show. I was recently riding my bike and I accidentally crashed into a parked car. I broke my arm quite badly and have to take time off work. Can I recover compensation for this through TAC? Now, Harry, is this, when someone's at fault, is this a no-fault benefits claim with TAC?
Yeah,
or
look,
how do you see this?
what's happened is that in, I think, 99, 2000, the legislation was amended, TAC, to cover that situation where bicycle running into a parked car can now get TAC no-fault benefits.
I think it was amended a bit later than that, Harry. It was all to do with that case where the fellow become quadriplegic.
Yeah, there's a case where a bike rider became a quadriplegic by running into a car, and they received a lot of publicity. A law firm really pushed and pushed and pushed, and the Herald Sun ran a number of stories on it. And under public pressure, the government conceded and amended the TAC legislation. So, since that time, even if a bike rider's at fault and it's a parked car, it's still covered under TAC. It's an anomaly, but the legislation does cover that situation now.
But it's only a no-fault benefit, Harry. I can't.
There's no negligence.
No damages in this. Yeah.
No.
Well, at least there's something that Cassandra will be able to recover.
And no-fault
to be
benefits can be
compensable.
pretty substantial too.
A broken arm depends on, you need a
More than 10%.
more than 10% impairment to get a lump sum.
But you can lump in the psychological effects and all
The
that sort of
trauma,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could be more too. It could be a shoulder as well. You just don't know.
Okay, so there's some scope there. So obviously seek legal
get
advice.
legal
on that,
advice.
Cassandra, thank you for writing in. We've got our next question from Frank in Muralbach. Hi, my grandmother slipped over in a shopping centre and injured her hip. Although her memories of the accident are not strong, she's adamant that there was a tile loose in the floor. Are we able to sue the shopping centre? Now, a lot of these cases arise, Tony, public liability, shopping centres.
Occupiers liability.
That's
yeah.
right. So could
Under
you
the
please
wrong zone.
elaborate with answering this?
What I'd be doing is I'd be going to the shopping centre. Look, you have to investigate. That's the first thing. I'd be going to the shopping centre with the client and her son. She'd have to show me as best as she could what happened. I'd want to get some sort of photos of the area and then just see with my own eyes to see if there was a loose tile. Now, it might have been repaired, you don't know. But if that's the case, you could always write to the shopping centre and just follow it up and
With
see
their
if there's
maintenance records.
with their maintenance records. So it requires thorough investigation, and it's pretty important you do it promptly.
What about
So-
an incident report? Should you file an incident report
An
with the
incident
shopping
report
centre
should be
as soon as it
lodged,
happens?
so it takes away the suspicion that it happened anywhere else. So I would do that. But she's been to doctors or hospitals, and they've got records that she fell over in the shopping centre. So that
But
means
hopefully even the medical notes reflect that she says there was a loose tile as well.
Yes,
So
yeah,
if the
that
first
helps.
attendance at a doctor says, I slipped on loose tiles, that corroborates her story, and it's not a recent invention or someone, she hasn't sort of done
well, a
it.
consistent story always
Recent.
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it should be investigated, but urgently. I wouldn't sit on it. So please get
And,
legal advice.
more than 5%, Tony?
Oh, look, that sort of injury would definitely get you more than 5%, Harry.
You can't claim general damages without
No,
more than 5%.
But then you'd find that you'd think that with those
impairments.
sorts of- Griffiths and Kirkmire, she might need help at home.
Ongoing help,
Yeah.
6 hours
A week?
Week?
Yeah, for 6 months.
For 6 months.
But, you know, elderly, and you'd think that she'd probably need assistance.
Mm.
You know, cleaning, vacuuming, mopping, washing,
So that's a claim
shopping.
for damages.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Claim for
and
damages.
that can be very big, very significant. I've seen quite a few over the years.
Yeah.
So you must get advice.
Get
and
legal
also
advice.
talk to your treating doctor as well. Okay, well, we'll go to our last question for the evening. Dear PI Show, my daughter was at a rock concert recently where she was pushed over, whilst in the mosh pit and stomped on. She has suffered internal damage to some of her organs. Is there anyone that she can sue in this instance? And this is from Beth in Greensborough. Now, this is another public liability matter.
Well, first of all, you got to explain to Tony what a mosh
I
pit
don't know what a
is.
mosh pit is.
So,
Tony, clearly you don't go to any festivals. Now, this is a good question given that we're going to have about, a number of festivals coming up in the next 6 months, given that we're entering into the summer. But a mosh pit is generally where it's at a rock concert and you've got about 1,000 or 5,000 people all at the front, jumping up and down, singing their lungs out, and basically they crumple all over each other.
Well, that sounds like too many people to start with. So I reckon there's a claim. No, but Harry, what's the answer to this?
oh, look. Firstly, is it more than 5%? So if there's damage, is it long-term ongoing damage? So you got to look at whether it's more than 5%, Tony. I'm not 100% convinced it's more than 5%.
Well, we don't know what the damage is. I mean,
So there's
Well, it's
internal
internal
damage.
damage,
So, but you still got to get 5% to sue for general damages, and then liability is arguable. I think it's arguable because it's the numbers, the setup of the concert, the numbers, and the sort of crowd control.
Yeah.
What crowd control
is
issues?
it outrageously too
Yeah.
crowded?
But who are they actually suing,
And they'd sue
Harry?
the
The
venue
organisers.
organisers.
Okay.
They'd sue the venue organisers because whoever crunched her, is unknown, but they'd sue the venue organiser for not having a safe...
Creating the situation of danger.
creating a risk where it's foreseeable someone could get crushed. And,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Get advice.
That's good. That's
That's it,
right.
that's
Always
it.
get
Get
advice.
advice.
But,
And plus,
we'll
if you don't
also-
get the 5%, Harry, you've still got medical expenses and things like that. Maybe loss
A
of
lot-
income.
loss of income.
Yeah, which you don't need the 5% for.
No. Yeah,
so there's something there.
Yeah.
You gonna remind the viewers?
I am going to remind the viewers, please keep writing to us at the pishow.com. And also, I would like to touch on what an interesting debate that we had on today in terms of the bullying at schools. And I think we should actually look at covering a segment about cyberbullying in particular, because that's also a very debatable topic that's coming up.
Kathy, it's very sad. A lot of kids
That's
get
right.
bullied at school, and we've really got to put a stop to it because
That's right.
the effects long term are unbelievable.
Absolutely. And
Yeah, to the families as well.
that's right. And also parental guidance on that, because it's
Starts at
becoming, it does start at home. You have to be, obviously we need PG websites at the moment because they're accessible to everyone. But thank you for watching. And
Yeah, it's the end of this show, but thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next week for another PI show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
viewers.
Thank
Harry,
you.
Kathy.